Everybody has,
Exactly.
right? And how you were able to recover, from what I'm getting at, two things. Two P's. One is personality, meaning yourself. You have a high level of, of self-love, right?
I'm
And
working
number
on
two,
that. Thank you.
people. Right. So I'm writing this book called The 21 P's of Personal Power. And I talk about one is personality, meaning your personality of self-love, your personality for yourself.
Or you're aware
Your
of
awareness.
your worth, what you can do for yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree with that.
And the second one is people, meaning it's the people that you surround yourself with. It's actually going to help you, pull you out of the times when your own awareness of your self-love is inadequate.
Yeah.
Right?
But caution on people though. Sometimes you do not get that chance to be surrounded in good company. And I'm just being very, very real with you. Because again, being in this industry, dog eat dog,
I could only
very
imagine
competitive.
how hard it is.
So you will be beat down. You're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not tall enough, you're not thin enough, you're not sexy enough, you know? You're not talented enough, you don't move as well. You will keep hearing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So find a teacher, find a mentor, find a partner, a buddy who's like, hey, let's work out some more. Hey, let's go to this class together so we can get better. Again, see that word better. Let's improve. I'm really curious because now also is sometimes when you say self-love, and here's also what I started with, when you say I am enough. So what for, right? I don't like pwede na yan. There's always room for growth. If you don't like the word more, what is life without growth? I like that word better, growth. Move forward.
Yeah. You know what they say? A
words
tree
matter.
not growing, it's a tree dying.
Yeah, or stunted.
Yeah.
So I'm really cautioning because I'm in the business of words. So sometimes more can turn people off. Because when's it gonna be enough then?
Yeah.
And especially with affirmations like I am enough, I am, so I don't want to step on anyone's program, process of simply loving life, loving themselves, living their lives. I'm very, very cautious of that because there are already so much noise and words out there. What do you gravitate to? So it's just me saying you are validating your saying of people, even if you are not surrounded by people who support you, dig deep. You're enough. Because you can turn a bad experience, someone saying, sorry, not getting you today. Turn that around. Are you really going to walk away? But if it's something you really want, then work for it. So even if you were not faced with the right person or the people to say, you want to be a fashion designer, it's like, design's bad, blah, blah, blah. You'll find your niche. You either use that to fuel you, empower you, or learn from it. But don't let it defeat you. So that's just that, when you said people. So I wanted to qualify that. Because not everybody gets the chance to surround themselves, right? If not, I hope that makes sense.
I get that a lot. Some of the young students I coach, they always say, I don't have someone of that caliber, right? And so I often used to tell them, if you can't find someone personally, find an author and read a good book, right? Sometimes the best coaches are those who have already written a book. I mean, I didn't surround myself. Well, I couldn't find the right people to help mentor and inspire me. But what I did find is many authors and many books who gave me the right information I needed in order for me to grow. Right?
The power of words.
The power of words. It's what you excel at, right? And that's why you open up a company, One Fit, which is the number one.
One lit.
One lit.
Yeah.
One
lit. One for
L-I-T.
Isa. Yeah, one is Isa, like me, Isa.
Isa.
Right? ISSA.
I
So
get
one.
it.
Yeah,
I get
Isa.
it now. I get it.
That's a little joke. Like when people, especially in bars and clubs,
Yeah.
what's your name? It's one in Filipino. Isa. Isa.
So that's the word.
One lit. Liton.
Lit.
Yeah. Liton.
Oh, okay.
So one lit.
I wanted to ask you about that.
There you go.
I think that is so clever. One Lit Corporation.
My sister is Czech lit because she's Cheska. So that's just a little play on names and words.
And so, after getting all the experience that you have as doing hosting, doing some acting, performance, modeling, and so on, then you started your company in which you now are a trainer for speakers and for hosts?
For hosts first. The backstory of that is the few times my partner, Philip, would, and he always attends events. In fact, that's how we met also. He was attending an event I was hosting. So the few times I would be an attendee, people in the crowd will go, and there's an event, there's a program. People will turn to me, sana ikaw na lang yung host. I wish you were the host.
Yeah.
You'd have done a better job. What am I going to do with that? Of course, it's an ego boost. I'm not going to deny. It makes me woohoo, right? But what can I do with that? I found myself thinking, okay, can I do something about that? So around 2019, I'm like, okay, let's see if I can pass this on. My skills, my brand of hosting, right? So who am I? Because I have so many good hosting friends as well, like Sam O, there's Bianca Valerio, right? So we have a batch. Each host, there's a generation of hosts. That's like per batch that you'll affiliate yourself with. I've started with friends. I wanted to start with friends, or at least my inner circle. And you know what? 2019, I had no formal program yet, but I knew what I wanted to do. A transfer of skills. This is definitely one thing. I believe hosting is a skill. Communication is a skill. Communication skills. Presentation skills. They're really skills. Up to you if you want to call it soft skills or whatever. There's nothing soft about it though. So yeah, then the pandemic happened and it accelerated it because I transitioned so well or adapted so well to online life because of my production background as well. So I trained them. Then clients would go, how come you're doing that so easily? Can you teach our people as well? So sales teams, pharmaceutical companies, real estate companies. Hey, I'm not sure, am I allowed? Global organizations. I can't say. There's an NDA. But there. So I found myself suddenly as a teacher. You stood for something. And what's nice is this has been my biggest fulfillment. I saw them really doing it. The improvement is immediately there during the workshop alone. I believe in they walk out or exit my workshop or training having done it versus you exit with just theories, think about it, mull over it some more. I don't believe in that because I am an experiential learner. So that's what I do for others as well. They come out saying, ganun pala yun. That's how it's done.
I gotta tell you, I'm excited about what you said. I am an experienced speaker myself. I would love to learn from you.
Thank you.
Because I also believe in growth, right? And if you're not growing, you're dying. And even if you think you're good enough, even if you're accomplished, you never have to stop learning.
That's the beauty of this one. One Lit, having my hosts or having, again, teams signing up for my workshops or training sessions, I learn from them too. It doesn't just keep me on my toes, but it challenges the things I think I know. It challenges what I know. One is, hey, really, it's working. It's working out. Then, oh wait, it's a little bit more unique. So what can we do about it? So sometimes even with training programs, I keep saying, stop calling me the expert. I'm here to help build company culture. Because what works for your company? What's your go-to with your brand, your service? I don't impose that. I will suggest, because this is what I would do in your situation. Will your HR or will your bosses approve it? They're like, oh no, because in our team, no, it's more like this. Okay, so let's tweak it that, right? So it's always growing because, because it's not always my way. I'm not claiming my way is the best way. But at least we collaborate, we work on it. And the point is everybody learns for the better.
Including you.
Yes. So I come out of it, I learned something from that too.
As a better person.
Yeah.
And I really love that about you. That you're professional, but you're also very humble. And at first, when I first met her, folks, I thought she was, oh my God, she's so amazing, right?
Thank you.
But what I really love about what I'm hearing is that even though in your perfection, you're not perfect.
I am not. Definitely am not.
There's always room for growth.
Yes.
Right? Always learn. I've always felt that my best teacher are those who I coach.
That's true.
They teach me so much about myself, my level, everything from my patience to my being humble, opening up my mind and my heart and my soul to receiving from them as much as I give.
Yeah.
Right?
I kind of giggled when you said that word though, humble. I struggle with that. The word humble or humility, especially for women. I'm sorry, I just need to bring this up. That thirst for, proving yourself, where you are, what you're worth, and all that. It's harder because they still question you. What do you know? What do you bring to the table?
Oh, I know that feeling.
And I'm like, I actually still struggle with how do you sell yourself? I don't. See me work. I'll just send you maybe links of how I work. Watch me work. And then I'll take you through the process of that. If you like it or if you connect with it. Because you should be willing to take this journey with versus someone like, I'm not, because there are things I know that work. And I have come across people who are like walls and will question. It's not even question. No, I get it. They'll tell you, I get it. But you're the one telling them, no, you don't, So there's an ego thing there. And that's when I kind of have to like, okay, I need to walk away first. Because until you get it, we're just going to keep clashing. There have been some like that. So that word humble, I'm someone who stands up for myself and what I do. Is that humble? Or, oh, I know I already bring something to the table. That's not humble. But I like speaking up for it. Because I also don't like people making me feel this small. So that word, I'm still really struggling with that. Am I? No. Because I also speak up. And then, welcome to the Philippines. Sorry, suddenly you're mayabang. But see, again, I can't control what's out there. I don't care anymore. That's where I'm just offering.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have to prove what I can do. Because I'm already in practice. And guess what? Even the people I've trained already show it. So I'll stop there na lang. Sorry, I hope you don't mean that. Because I don't want to embrace or you're saying I am, but maybe I'm still not fully embracing.
I think that's perfect. I think it's perfect because sometimes it's the questioning or my questions that really would make, the person I'm interviewing really look deep down inside themselves and say, am I that way or am I not? Who and what made me who I am today, right? And you got a very powerful story, and you talked about your father, and your family. Would you mind indulging us
Sure.
about the time when you struggled in your last relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? And because you said that your daughters came from a broken family.
Yep.
Right. So there must be something in that has also had defined you. I mean, that must have been a huge struggle for you.
Oh, yes. It still is.
It is. I totally understand because I'm also a divorcee, right? And what led me to where I am today is because of my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
It helped me redefine who I am, for not only for myself, but how am I going to represent myself to the world?
Yes.
Right? I want to stay broken. Or do I want to rise up from my failures and move forward?
That's a good word to accept and deal with. That word broken. Because, even that word, broken marriages. I chose the word separation.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, business of words. Nobody wants to fail. And especially for someone who went all in. One of the things I've learned is, and to accept also, is that I didn't have the courage to end it when it should have. So I still went for it. I thought I could change it, save it. It takes two people to be in a relationship. And if that other person is not meeting you half, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. That's one of them. Two, let's not extol anymore it's always gonna be ugly. There's something ugly, there's fights. So look to you. Leave some for yourself. I had to go on empty just so I could walk away. So I could really say to myself, okay, I really gave this all I got. But I didn't have looking back, I didn't have to. If I only just accepted what was actually right in front of me already. And it's so funny that later on when you're sitting down finally with your loved ones, your friends, you didn't see that. When it was so clear to them. Because I still had this hope, this belief of, let's keep trying, let's keep working on it.
And never giving up.
Yeah. But there's a time and place for that. And again, my biggest takeaway with relationship, that other person, it takes two, guys. It takes two to be in a relationship. If you're just in there alone doing everything, it's not a relationship. That's a very painful wake-up call.
How has that defined who you are today?
I'm very proud of what I can do. I don't question it anymore. I know now, I really know what I'm capable of.
Wow.
So now I embrace that. Right?
In your struggle, you found love,
Yes.
self-love.
Yeah, there. I'm enough.
I love it. And I know a lot of people who are listening in today love her message that she is enough. Because if you ever find yourself at a place in which you're questioning who you are and what you do, just ask yourself, I'm enough. And then find the strength to move forward.
Yes, please.
Right? Because like you said, growth has to be an inevitable part of who you are. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. So do you have any final words of inspiration you want to share?
Oh boy, have I even given any inspiration?
You have given
Oh boy.
so much.
Well, I was very, very authentic. Thank you, Raymond. When we started this, I was really like, I'm going into it cold. Let's just go, guide me where you want. I, of course, tried to make private details private. But just know, life is really good. And life is short. It's what you make of it. Don't blame things that happen to you. Don't even blame things you probably did, which aren't perfect or were mistakes. There's always a way to grow, change for the better. And lastly, be happy. Oh, be happy. So many people are struggling. You can have everything in the world, but if you're not happy, what's the point? Be it your job, I'm just doing this to get by. Be it in a relationship, oh, because I'm with someone who's really great, or validation and all that. No, if you're not happy. And I want you to be authentically happy. You can sleep at night instantly. Wake up with a smile on your face. Enjoy whatever meal is in front of you with good friends. At the, I pick up the phone and I just say, hey, I need to see you today. They're gonna be there, just like that. No questions. I know who those are in my life.
Now, can I add something to that?
Yeah.
One thing that keeps popping into my mind is the word broken. And I really appreciate that. And I was remembering that there's a Japanese practice.
The one with gold?
Yes.
Yeah. They seal it with gold.
You say it. You tell me.
What's the word for it? I know.
There's a word to that.
I'll Google
It's
it.
a Japanese word. But while she's looking up the word, basically what the Japanese do is when they see a broken piece of pottery with a big crack in it, right? Instead of them throwing it away, they still find value in that broken piece of pottery. So they would fill it with gold.
Kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold, silver, platinum.
Yeah.
Please correct us if that's wrong. Kintsugi?
Okay. Very good. Kintsugi. So fill your broken piece,
With gold.
that with love, self-love. And if she could go through the traumas of her life, I could go through the traumas of my life. And many of the people I have had on my podcast, they have shared their broken pieces of their lives only to have recovered and move on with their lives. If they could do it, so can you.
You can too.
And I want to thank you, Issa, for being on the podcast. And, I got to tell you, there were times when I felt kind of emotional.
Of course.
So
was
and I just like, oh my God, that is so powerful. And I know a lot of people out there who are listening and watching also feel that way too.
Well, I hope you pick up something from my journey.
Yes. And I really look forward to collaborating with you in the future. Maybe having her on a future program or event that I'm going to be working on. But look forward to seeing her. So till then, thank you for watching in, tuning in, listening in. And you know what? I just want to say for the first time, I love you guys. So thank you for being on the show.
Sending you love.
And thank you, Issa, for being on a podcast as
Thank
well.
you for inviting me, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.